today we're going to be discussing the pros and cons of selling your artwork or your craft items on eBay. The next few videos that follow will be on Etsy and Folksy. So for now, let's jump onto the computer and have a look. So here you can see that eBay offer 3 different types of shop: £27, £77 and a whopping £437. The basic one, you only get 250 buy it now, 100 of the auction style. After that, you're going to be paying 10 pence for every one of those buy it nows and 15 pence for every additional auction. The next one up, the £77, that's going to cost you 5 pence for the additional fixed price listings, the buy it nows, and again 15 pence for the auctions, but you do get 1,500 of those fixed price listings, those buy it nows. The issue I've got now is that I've got too much stock to just be having 250 of those listings. Been doing art for a long time now. 1,500 is fine, but the problem is £77 is a huge overhead for a very small business. So eBay does have some redeeming qualities. You do get a fully customizable shop, which you can add features to. I've added my Tabby Cat ACO print. You also have categories in your shop. There's other things which you can measure traffic and one thing and another. And when you get to the listings, these are very customizable. You can save your own template. You can add images to the actual description itself. It also displays your feedback and a link to your store at the bottom of all your listings, which is fantastic. However, when you start looking at the additional costings, you can see that it's additional for a subtitle, etc., etc. On top of that, and probably the biggest bugbear for me, is a lot of my customers come from Canada and America. And unfortunately, eBay likes to charge you for the visibility on those particular sites. Now, you can set up a store on those sites, so the American one, etc., but it does become very complex and complicated to have 2 stores running side by side. I use the click and drop feature for the post office. That confuses it immensely. One hand you're dealing with dollars and cents, and on the other pounds and pence. So it does become very, very difficult. So it is easier to use this feature. However, as you can see on the example here on this buy it now, in order to put that on so that the Americans and Canadian sites can see that particular listing, it's going to cost me another 25 pence. So I'm paying £77 for a shop. I think it's 8 pence for a listing auction style to be visible in Canada and America. 25 pence should I choose for the buy it now ones, and on top of that, eBay is then going to take a final fee for me selling on their site. So just to recap, really, eBay obviously is not just for art. There's people selling second-hand items on their cars, you name it. So there is a lot of traffic on eBay, but not an awful lot of traffic necessarily going to the department that you're selling in, whether it be, I don't know, crocheted items or artwork itself. The other thing I have noticed just recently is that, because I don't know whether it's because it's the platform itself or whether it's the customers or whether it's the artist, but things are getting lower and lower in price, particularly on the auctions. I'm seeing ACEOs, for example, going for 99 pence and stuff. So not necessarily the best idea, because when you work that out for the amount of hours that you spent on that piece of artwork, you're not even earning minimum wage. So that's something just to be mindful of. However, in itself, that auction style is quite handy for people just starting out that are unsure of how to price their artwork, because you don't necessarily put a price on it. You put a rough estimate, so to speak, and then the listing, because it's auction, will then determine how much that piece of artwork goes for. And that's about it. Until next time, toodle bit.